and gentlemen, there comes a time in life when you have to make a powerful yet silent decision to cut certain people off. Not out of anger, not out of spite, but simply because you know your value, your time, and your purpose. You see, every moment you spend around negativity, doubt, or toxic relationships is a moment stolen from your potential. In this journey of life, you will encounter many people. Some will be a source of light, encouragement, and wisdom. Others, however, will seek to drain your energy, derail your progress, or even distract you from your mission. These individuals, though they may seem harmless at first, have a silent power to erode your peace, your focus, and your spirit. But here's the thing: you don't need to create drama. You don't need to confront them in anger or resentment. The most powerful and effective way to protect your destiny is often to simply step back and move forward without them. This is not about cutting off people with whom you may have disagreements. No, this is about recognizing the influence of those who no longer align with your values, your vision, or your growth. You don't have to explain yourself. Your silence will speak louder than any words could ever do. You see, there's wisdom in silence. Cutting someone off silently means you're no longer available for the negativity they bring. It means you're choosing peace over chaos, focus over distraction, and growth over stagnation. And as you do this, don't feel guilty. Don't feel like you owe anyone an explanation for seeking the life you deserve. Your time is precious, and not everyone deserves a seat at the table of your life. There are those who will applaud your growth, who will celebrate your victories, and who will challenge you to be better. But for those who drain you, who discourage you, or who distract you, let your silence be your message. Remember, boundaries are not a reflection of your bitterness. They are a reflection of your self-respect. They are a declaration that you know the value of your time, your energy, and your dreams. And when you silently step away from relationships that no longer serve you, you are declaring that your peace, your focus, and your purpose are far too important to be sacrificed. Understand this: cutting people off is not an act of revenge. It's an act of self-preservation. It's a decision to protect your future. It's the courage to outgrow your past and move into a space where your full potential can be realized. So don't be afraid to make that decision. Don't feel pressure to explain or justify your actions. Let your growth, your success, and your peace of mind speak for themselves. In closing, understand that your life is a reflection of the people you surround yourself with. If you are surrounded by negativity, you cannot reach the heights you are destined for. But when you choose to silently cut off those who hinder your growth, you make space for new opportunities, new relationships, and new possibilities that will help you become the best version of yourself. Your time and energy are two of the most valuable resources you have. They are finite, and once they are spent, they can never be regained. In this fast-paced world, it is easy to forget the importance of guarding them carefully. We often give our time and energy to things that don't truly serve us, whether it's on tasks that don't contribute to our growth or relationships that drain us. But the truth is, every moment you invest in something or someone that doesn't align with your goals, values, or purpose is a moment that could have been better spent elsewhere. When you value time, you recognize that it's an irreplaceable asset. Time wasted is not just a lost opportunity, it is a step away from your vision, your dreams, and your purpose. The same goes for energy. Energy isn't just about physical strength, it encompasses your mental, emotional, and spiritual resources. Every person you interact with, every activity you engage in, draws from your energy reserves. And when you invest your energy in the wrong places, you'll find yourself drained, unable to focus on what truly matters. As you move forward in life, it's essential to make conscious decisions about where and with whom you invest your time and energy. People, situations, and environments either add to your vitality or deplete it. The people around you can either lift you up or hold you down. Time spent in the wrong relationships or environments can be emotionally exhausting, leaving you feeling empty rather than fulfilled. That's why it's critical to assess your surroundings and remove anything or anyone that isn't contributing positively to your life. By valuing your time and energy, you begin to make intentional choices about where to invest. You begin to prioritize things that fuel your growth, that align with your values and that bring you closer to your true potential. You stop wasting time on meaningless distractions and begin to focus on what moves you forward. You reserve your energy for pursuits that will nourish your mind, body, and spirit, allowing you to show up in the world as the best version of yourself. When you value your time and energy, you send a powerful message to the universe that you respect yourself, your purpose, and the journey you are on. You stop allowing people or circumstances to rob you of your precious resources, and instead you channel them into building the life you are meant to create. The people you surround yourself with have an undeniable influence on your life. Every person in your circle shapes your thoughts, emotions, and actions, often without you even realizing it. Influence doesn't always come from direct advice or guidance. It can be subtle, embedded in the way someone acts, the energy they bring, or the conversations they have. The truth is, we are constantly being influenced, and the power of that influence can either uplift us or hold us back. When you align yourself with people who inspire you, who encourage you to grow, who challenge you to think bigger, you tap into a powerful force. Their influence pushes you to become more than you were yesterday, to stretch your limits, and to believe in what you can accomplish. The power of positive influence can fuel your aspirations, deepen your understanding, and elevate your mindset. You begin to see the world not as a place of limitations, but as one full of possibilities. On the other hand, negative influence works in the opposite direction. It can creep into your life under the guise of familiarity, comfort, or loyalty. Yet the impact of being surrounded by negativity, fear, or doubt can be devastating. It slowly chips away at your confidence, lowers your standards, and limits your potential. You begin to adopt the attitudes, beliefs, and habits of those around you, often without realizing it. And before you know it, you're stuck in a cycle of mediocrity or self-doubt. That's why it's crucial to recognize the power of influence and choose carefully who you allow into your inner circle. Your time and energy are precious, and the people you allow to influence you should be those who challenge you to be your best self. These are the individuals who bring out your strengths, who push you to grow, and who believe in your potential even when you might not. They are the ones who offer wisdom, encouragement, and support, never holding you back but always lifting you up. When you understand the power of influence, you realize that you have the ability to shape your environment. You can decide whose voices matter and whose opinions you let go of. You can seek out those who bring out the best in you and make a conscious effort to distance yourself from those who undermine your growth. Influence is not just about the people you keep close. It's about the energy you allow to surround you and the impact it has on your journey. The relationships you nurture are one of the most significant factors in your success. Influence is a powerful tool for personal growth, and when you harness it wisely, it can propel you toward achieving your dreams. By actively seeking those who elevate your life, you set yourself on a path of continual improvement, one that aligns with your purpose and vision. The people around you are not just companions on the journey, they are co-creators of your destiny, helping shape the person you are becoming. Self-preservation is the act of safeguarding your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. It is not about selfishness or isolation, but rather about recognizing your intrinsic worth and understanding that in order to serve others or fulfill your purpose, you must first be in a state of strength and health. Just as you cannot pour from an empty cup, you cannot give your best to the world when you're constantly drained or overwhelmed. Taking care of yourself is a necessity, not a luxury, and it requires intentional effort and discernment. There will be times when you must prioritize your own needs over the expectations or demands of others. This does not mean that you should disregard relationships or abandon your responsibilities. It means recognizing when certain people or situations are no longer contributing positively to your life. Often we allow ourselves to remain in toxic environments or relationships out of guilt, fear, or the desire to avoid confrontation. But the truth is, these circumstances do more harm than good. They wear down your energy, cloud your judgment, and take away from your capacity to achieve your own potential. Self-preservation involves setting boundaries, clear and firm limits that protect your time, energy, and emotional health. It means learning to say no without guilt, to distance yourself from negativity, and to make decisions that align with your personal growth. It's about acknowledging when something or someone is draining you and having the courage to remove yourself from the situation. In many cases, self-preservation also means walking away from relationships that are no longer healthy for you. It might be a painful decision, especially if you've invested a great deal of time or energy into a person or situation, but it's often a necessary one. The act of cutting off toxic relationships or distancing yourself from harmful influences is not an act of malice, it is an act of survival. Protecting your peace and well-being is essential if you want to move forward in life. When you refuse to allow others to take more from you than they give, you reclaim your power and take control of your future. In some instances, self-preservation requires you to be honest with yourself about your limitations. We all have them, whether it's the need for rest, personal space, or emotional healing. By recognizing and honoring these limitations, you are not being weak or selfish. Instead, you are choosing to nurture your own growth and prepare yourself for future challenges. This might mean stepping back from certain obligations, taking time to recharge, or seeking support when you need it. Self-preservation is about being proactive in protecting your well-being. It is about making decisions that promote your overall health, both inside and out, and understanding that you are your most valuable asset. If you do not take care of yourself, you will not be in a position to fulfill your purpose or help others. You cannot give what you do not have. And so by prioritizing self-preservation, you are not only ensuring your own success, but you are also in a better position to impact those around you in a meaningful and positive way. Boundaries are essential for maintaining your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. They are not just limits, they are declarations of what you will and will not accept in your life. Establishing boundaries allows you to protect your peace, protect your time, and ensure that your energy is being invested in the right places. Without boundaries, it is easy to become overwhelmed, to give too much of yourself to others, or to find yourself constantly pulled in different directions. You end up overextended, depleted, and perhaps even resentful. Boundaries act as a safeguard against this depletion and are vital for creating a balanced, healthy life. Having clear boundaries in your life is an expression of self-respect. It is a recognition that your time, your emotions, and your energy are valuable and that you have the right to protect them. When you set boundaries, you communicate to others what is acceptable behavior and what is not. This is not about being rigid or inflexible, but about knowing your limits and not being afraid to assert them. You have the right to say no when something doesn't align with your values, your needs, or your goals. You have the right to step back from situations or people that drain you or undermine your peace. It's important to recognize that boundaries are not just for other people, they are for yourself as well. In many cases, we are our own worst offenders when it comes to crossing boundaries. We might overcommit, ignore our own needs, or ignore our well-being for the sake of pleasing others or fulfilling obligations. But when we don't honor our own boundaries, we become more susceptible to burnout, frustration, and resentment. Setting boundaries means taking responsibility for your own needs and ensuring that you are taking care of yourself, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally as well. Boundaries help you maintain healthy relationships. They are not a way of pushing people away, rather, they create a space where relationships can thrive in a healthy, respectful way. When you establish clear boundaries, you give people the opportunity to know how to treat you, which leads to more authentic and respectful interactions. In contrast, when boundaries are unclear or not respected, relationships can become dysfunctional, toxic, or draining. The people who respect your boundaries are often the ones who are truly supportive, and those who don't might be the ones who bring stress or negativity into your life. Setting boundaries can be uncomfortable, especially if you spend a lot of time allowing others to push your limits. People may resist your boundaries, especially if they are used to you always saying yes, always being available, or always putting their needs first. But it is essential to remember that your boundaries are not about making others happy, they are about ensuring your own happiness and well-being. The discomfort you feel in setting boundaries is temporary, but the benefits of having them in place will last a lifetime. Boundaries are not just about saying no, they are also about saying yes to what matters most. By creating space and defining what you will allow in your life, you open up room for things that align with your goals, your values, and your purpose. Boundaries allow you to prioritize your time and energy, to focus on what is important, and to pursue your passions without distraction. Boundaries are an act of self-care, self-respect, and self-love. They are the framework for living a life that is aligned with your true self, your values, and your vision. When you set and maintain boundaries, you take control of your life, preserve your peace, and ensure that your time and energy are being spent in ways that serve your best interests. By establishing boundaries, you create an environment where you can grow, thrive, and contribute to the world in a meaningful and authentic way. The subtlety of silent separation lies in its power to create change without the need for confrontation or dramatic gestures. Sometimes the most effective way to detach from something or someone that no longer serves you is not to announce your departure loudly, but to simply step back and quietly withdraw your energy, attention, and presence. Silent separation doesn't involve explosive arguments, painful goodbyes, or heated exchanges. Instead, it is a quiet, often imperceptible shift where you begin to prioritize your own well-being, choosing to invest your time and energy in spaces that foster your growth rather than drain you. This kind of separation requires a deep understanding of your own needs and a recognition that not all relationships, friendships, or environments are meant to last forever. Sometimes people grow apart not because of any single event, but because the alignment that once existed is no longer present. Silent separation honors that natural shift. It allows you to gracefully remove yourself from a situation without burning bridges or creating unnecessary tension. It's about knowing when to step away from an unhealthy situation or relationship while maintaining your integrity and peace. By separating silently, you also preserve the dignity of both parties involved. Not every departure needs to be marked by conflict or harsh words. Sometimes the most respectful way to part ways is through actions rather than words. You stop responding to the negative energy, you withdraw your support, and you no longer engage in conversations or situations that drain you. In doing so, you allow both yourself and the other person or group to move forward in a way that feels organic rather than forced. Silent separation is often more powerful than people realize because it conveys a strong message without the need for verbal confrontation. When you withdraw silently, the other party is left to come to their own understanding of the situation without being given an explanation or justification. It's a form of self-respect and self-preservation. By stepping back in silence, you communicate that your peace and your growth are too valuable to be compromised. You don't need to explain yourself to anyone. Your actions speak louder than words could ever do. It's important to note that silent separation doesn't mean cutting someone off in anger, but rather in recognition of your own value. It's an acknowledgement that sometimes the healthiest way to preserve your peace is to simply remove yourself from a space where your energy is not respected or valued. It can be a slow process, a gradual shift where you stop giving as much of your time and emotional investment to something that no longer aligns with your life's trajectory. The separation may not always be obvious to others, but it will be felt internally, and over time, the difference in your energy, mood, and peace of mind will be undeniable. This subtle form of separation doesn't have to be permanent, but it can create the space needed for reflection and growth. By stepping away without making a big scene, you allow both parties to reflect on their relationship, their actions, and their intentions. This silent act can, in some cases, lead to reconciliation later on, though that may not always be the desired outcome. Sometimes simply creating the distance gives both individuals the chance to grow individually and determine if they are meant to reconnect at a later time under different circumstances. The subtlety of silent separation is about reclaiming control over your own life and the relationships you choose to nurture. It's an act of grace, strength, and wisdom. It allows you to move forward with clarity and focus without the distractions or emotional baggage that often accompany loud separations or unresolved conflicts. By embracing the quiet power of silent separation, you honor your own needs, protect your peace, and ensure that you are always aligned with your highest purpose. Growth requires change, and change is often uncomfortable, challenging, and sometimes even painful. But it is through change that we evolve, learn, and expand our capacity to succeed, love, and live with purpose. Change isn't always a conscious choice. It can be driven by circumstances, external factors, or internal shifts that push us to let go of the familiar and embrace the unknown. However, one thing is certain without change: there is no real growth. At every stage of life, there are moments that require us to shed old habits, outgrow certain ways of thinking, and release relationships or environments that no longer serve our best interests. We cannot expect to achieve new levels of success, fulfillment, or happiness if we are unwilling to let go of what is holding us back. This might mean letting go of outdated beliefs, limiting behaviors, or even people who, while once significant in our lives, now hinder our progress. Change asks us to be brave enough to leave behind what is familiar and step into what is unknown. The process of growth often involves a series of small changes that accumulate over time. These changes might not always be obvious to others, but internally they shape the way we see the world, the way we interact with it, and the way we move through it. Sometimes these changes come in the form of learning new skills or adopting new mindsets. Other times they may require us to adjust our goals or realign our priorities. But in every instance, the willingness to change opens up new possibilities and opportunities. It's the key to unlocking our potential and achieving the next level of success. The fear of change often holds us back. We become comfortable in our routines, our circumstances, and our relationships, even if they are not contributing to our growth. There is security in the known, even when the known isn't serving us in the best way. Change challenges this security. It asks us to step outside our comfort zones, to stretch beyond what is easy, and to embrace uncertainty. The fear of failure, the fear of judgment, or the fear of the unknown can stop us in our tracks. But it is precisely this fear that must be confronted if we want to grow. And growth requires the courage to take risks and to embrace the unknown. It means letting go of the past, even if it has been comfortable, and stepping into a future that is filled with possibility. Often the most significant periods of growth in our lives come after times of discomfort or struggle. It's when we face challenges that we discover who we truly are, what we are capable of, and what we want from life. These moments of discomfort push us to change, to adapt, and to grow into the person we are meant to be. As we grow, we also learn the importance of patience. Change does not happen overnight. It is a process that requires persistence, resilience, and the understanding that growth is not always linear. There will be setbacks, challenges, and moments of doubt. But these are all part of the process. The key is to remain committed to the journey, knowing that each change, no matter how small, is contributing to your evolution. This growth and change are inseparable. We cannot grow without changing, and we cannot change without embracing growth. The more we allow ourselves to evolve, to shift, and to adapt, the more we create the space for new opportunities, new relationships, and new experiences. Change may be difficult, but it is through change that we find our greatest strength and our highest potential. Growth, therefore, is not just about achieving a goal or reaching a destination. It is about continuously evolving and becoming the best version of ourselves, even in the face of uncertainty and discomfort. Guarding your mind and spirit is an essential practice for maintaining your overall well-being and achieving personal growth. Your mind is the lens through which you view the world, and your spirit is the core of your essence. Both are invaluable and require protection. In a world full of distractions, negativity, and external pressures, it's easy to let these vital aspects of your being be influenced or depleted. But by consciously protecting them, you preserve your peace, your clarity, and your ability to create a life that aligns with your purpose. Your mind is constantly absorbing information, whether consciously or unconsciously, from the conversations you engage in, the media you consume, to the thoughts you entertain. Everything impacts your mindset. When you expose yourself to negativity, doubt, and fear, your mind can become cluttered, making it harder to think clearly and make empowered decisions. You must be intentional about the information you allow to enter your mind. This means filtering out toxic thoughts, limiting exposure to harmful media, and surrounding yourself with positivity, whether that's through uplifting books, constructive conversations, or content that nurtures growth. Protecting your mind also involves practicing mental discipline. It's easy to get lost in negative thought patterns, to dwell on past mistakes, or to worry about the future. But these thoughts can weaken your resolve and cloud your judgment. Guarding your mind means cultivating mental resilience, learning to redirect negative thoughts, and replacing them with empowering ones. By consistently practicing mindfulness and awareness, you strengthen your ability to stay focused on your goals, keep a positive attitude, and make thoughtful decisions rather than reacting impulsively or emotionally. In a similar vein, guarding your spirit requires a deep awareness of your emotional and spiritual state. Your spirit is what keeps you grounded, connected to your higher self, and aligned with your purpose. When your spirit is drained or under attack, it can affect your overall energy and outlook on life. To protect your spirit, it's vital to nurture practices that strengthen your inner peace and sense of purpose. This could be through prayer, meditation, reflection, or spending time in nature, whatever allows you to reconnect with your core values and sense of self. A major component of guarding your spirit is learning to say no to things that drain you, whether it's toxic relationships, negative environments, or harmful habits. When you allow others to take more from you than you are willing to give, or when you stay in situations that compromise your well-being, you leave yourself vulnerable to spiritual depletion. Protecting your spirit means drawing boundaries with those who do not respect or uplift you and distancing yourself from anything that undermines your peace or purpose. It is about knowing when to walk away, retreat, or disconnect in order to preserve your inner harmony. Your spirit also thrives when you feed it with the right influences, those that inspire you, challenge you to grow, and support your vision for your life. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, engage in activities that align with your values, and immerse yourself in environments that nourish your soul. By doing so, you strengthen your spirit and ensure that you are always operating from a place of vitality, clarity, and authenticity. Guarding your mind and spirit isn't a one-time act, it's a continuous practice. Life will throw challenges, distractions, and negativity your way, but by committing to protect what you allow into your mind and spirit, you build the resilience needed to overcome these obstacles. The more you practice this protection, the stronger and more centered you become, able to face the world with confidence, clarity, and an unwavering sense of purpose. Ultimately, when you guard your mind and spirit, you empower yourself to live a life that is aligned with your highest values and fullest potential. The power of focused energy lies in its ability to propel us forward with intention and clarity. Energy is an abundant resource, but without focus, it can dissipate in countless directions, leaving us feeling scattered, unproductive, and unfulfilled. When we direct our energy toward a single goal or purpose, however, it becomes a powerful force capable of creating transformation in our lives. Focused energy allows us to tap into our full potential, cut through distractions, and make meaningful progress on the things that matter most. To harness the power of focused energy, it's essential to first define a clear vision or goal. Without a clear sense of direction, energy is easily wasted on tasks or distractions that don't align with our true intentions. The more specific and precise our focus, the more effectively we can channel our energy toward achieving that objective. Whether it's personal growth, career advancement, or building a relationship, directing your energy with purpose helps eliminate uncertainty and hesitation, allowing you to take decisive, inspired action. Energy is not just physical, it is mental, emotional, and spiritual. Each of these forms of energy must be aligned with your focus for you to experience true momentum. If your mind is distracted by worries, doubts, or negative thoughts, it is difficult to focus your energy in a productive direction. Similarly, if your emotional energy is depleted or misdirected, it can hinder your ability to stay motivated or persevere through challenges. By training your mind to focus on solutions, practicing emotional discipline, and nurturing your spirit, you enhance the power of your focused energy and increase your chances of success. It's also important to recognize that energy is not infinite. And as such, we must be intentional about where we direct it. Many people spread their energy thin across too many tasks, commitments, or obligations. While it may feel productive to multitask or juggle multiple responsibilities, this approach often leads to burnout and frustration. Instead, focusing your energy on fewer, more meaningful actions allows you to make real progress without overextending yourself. By eliminating distractions and saying no to what does not serve your greater purpose, you conserve your energy and maximize its impact. The power of focused energy is also evident in the way it cultivates discipline and consistency. When we focus on a goal, we commit to it, making it easier to create consistent habits that move us closer to that goal. Small, deliberate actions compounded over time lead to significant results. Focusing your energy on steady, incremental progress is often more effective than sporadic bursts of effort that lack direction or continuity. Over time, this discipline builds momentum, turning your focused energy into a force that drives you closer to success. Focused energy creates a sense of clarity and peace. When you focus on one thing at a time, the mental clutter begins to fade. You stop worrying about what you have to do next or how many things are on your to-do list. Instead, you can give your full attention to the task at hand, allowing you to be more present and engaged in the process. This presence not only makes you more efficient, but also more fulfilled, as you are no longer distracted by thoughts of the past or future. In addition to the personal benefits of focused energy, it also amplifies the impact you have on others. When you are focused on your purpose, you become a more effective communicator, leader, and contributor. People around you can feel the clarity and commitment you bring to your actions, which can inspire and motivate them to align their own energy with purpose. Focused energy has a ripple effect, creating a positive influence, not only in your own life, but also in the lives of those around you. The power of focused energy lies in its ability to turn intentions into reality. When you direct your energy with intention, clarity, and discipline, you become unstoppable. Instead of being pulled in many directions, you begin to see the fruits of your labor goals achieved, dreams realized, and personal growth manifested. The more you learn to focus your energy on what truly matters, the more you will unlock your potential and create the life you desire. Embracing peace over chaos is an act of intentional living and self-awareness. In a world that often seems chaotic, filled with noise, stress, and conflict, it can be easy to get swept up in the turmoil. External circumstances, the fast pace of life, and the pressures from society can all contribute to a sense of inner unrest. However, true strength lies not in how well we can navigate the chaos, but in how well we can create and sustain our inner peace, regardless of the circumstances around us. Peace is not merely the absence of conflict, but the presence of a centered, calm, and focused mind. It is a state of being where you are grounded in your values, unaffected by external turmoil, and capable of maintaining clarity amidst the storm. Embracing peace means consciously choosing to disengage from the noise, distractions, and stress that pull us away from our true purpose. It is about cultivating the ability to pause, breathe, and reflect before reacting to the chaos around you. This is not always easy, but it is a skill that can be developed with practice and patience. The key to embracing peace over chaos is to recognize that peace starts within. We cannot rely on external factors to bring us peace if we do not cultivate it internally first. Our thoughts, emotions, and reactions are the primary drivers of our inner state. When we allow ourselves to become consumed by anger, fear, or worry, we contribute to the chaos within us. But when we practice mindfulness, gratitude, and self-compassion, we create space for peace to flourish. It's about learning to control your reactions and not allowing external events to dictate your emotional state. When you embrace peace internally, the external chaos becomes less overwhelming, and you are able to navigate life with greater ease. The practice of choosing peace over chaos requires you to be intentional with where you invest your energy. There will always be external forces that create disorder, whether it's in relationships, work, or society as a whole. The key is to discern what is worth your energy and what is not. It's easy to become consumed by negativity, whether it's through arguments, negative media, or toxic environments. But by choosing peace, you learn to disengage from the things that drain you and instead focus on the things that align with your values and bring you fulfillment. Another important aspect of embracing peace is learning to let go of control. Often chaos arises when we feel that things are out of our control, or when we try to control things that are not ours to control. Life is full of uncertainty, and trying to micromanage every aspect can lead to frustration and exhaustion. By releasing the need for control, we open ourselves to acceptance and surrender, allowing life to unfold in its own way. This doesn't mean being passive or disengaged, but rather being at peace with the flow of life, trusting that we can handle whatever comes our way. Embracing peace over chaos also means learning to be present. The chaos of the world often distracts us from the present moment, leading us to either ruminate on the past or worry about the future. But peace is found in the now and the simple, quiet moments of being fully present. By focusing on the present moment, you free yourself from the anxiety of what might happen and the regret of what has already passed. This shift in focus brings a sense of calm and clarity, allowing you to approach life with a clearer mind and a more balanced heart. Choosing peace over chaos is not about avoiding challenges or difficult situations. It's about approaching them with a calm and composed mind. Life will always have its ups and downs, but by embracing peace, you develop resilience and the ability to face adversity with grace. You become less reactive and more thoughtful in your responses, which leads to better decisions and healthier relationships. Embracing peace over chaos is an act of self-preservation and empowerment. It allows you to regain control over your inner state and not let external circumstances dictate your emotional experience. When you choose peace, you align with your higher self and become a more grounded, centered person. This not only enhances your own life, but has a positive ripple effect on those around you. In a world that often feels chaotic, embracing peace is a revolutionary act, one that brings calm to the storm and clarity to the confusion. Letting your success speak for itself is a powerful approach to life and achievement. It is about focusing on the work, commitment, and results rather than constantly seeking validation or recognition from others. In a society where self-promotion and boasting are often encouraged, the true measure of success lies not in how loudly you proclaim your accomplishments, but in how consistently you deliver on your promises and goals. Success, when earned and sustained, has a way of standing out without the need for constant reinforcement. When you let your success speak for itself, you shift the focus from external validation to internal satisfaction. You stop relying on others to acknowledge your worth or accomplishments, and instead you focus on the process of becoming your best self. This allows you to move through life with a sense of quiet confidence, knowing that your actions, dedication, and results will speak louder than any words you could use to describe them. Success is not just a fleeting moment of achievement, it is the ongoing commitment to excellence, integrity, and perseverance. Part of letting your success speak for itself is learning to be patient. Success rarely happens overnight, and it often requires years of consistent effort, learning, and growth. In a world that is used to instant gratification, true success comes from the slow and steady accumulation of effort over time. By trusting in the process and staying committed to your path, you build a solid foundation that eventually becomes visible to others. The more you focus on doing your best and improving each day, the more your achievements will naturally align with your goals, and the more others will take notice of your progress. Letting your success speak for itself helps protect your peace of mind. When you're constantly seeking approval or recognition, you become reliant on the opinions of others. This dependency can create stress, insecurity, and frustration, especially when that validation doesn't come. But when you allow your success to speak for itself, you no longer need to prove anything to anyone. Your confidence is rooted in the work you've put in, the growth you've experienced, and the value you bring. You become less concerned with what others think and more focused on staying true to your vision and purpose. Your actions also become a testament to your values and principles. When you let your success unfold naturally, it reflects your character and your commitment to doing things the right way. People will notice not only what you've achieved, but also how you achieved it. They will recognize the effort, the integrity, and the dedication behind your success, and this will speak volumes about who you are. True success is not just about the end result, but about the journey and the character you develop along the way. One of the most powerful aspects of letting your success speak for itself is the way it can inspire others. Rather than boasting about what you've done, you show through your actions what is possible with hard work, determination, and a commitment to excellence. Others are drawn to your example, and your success becomes a source of motivation and encouragement for them to pursue their own goals. You don't need to advertise your achievements because your results already serve as a powerful example of what's possible when you focus on your growth and the impact you can have. Letting your success speak for itself fosters a sense of fulfillment that comes from knowing that you are on the right path, that you are doing the work, and that the results will naturally follow. This approach eliminates the need for validation and comparison, allowing you to celebrate your success on your own terms. It creates a sense of peace, self-assurance, and pride in knowing that your success is a reflection of your efforts, your resilience, and your ability to stay true to your purpose. By letting your success speak for itself, you not only achieve your goals, but also create a legacy of integrity, inspiration, and lasting impact. The true power of success lies not in seeking the spotlight, but in letting the results of your hard work speak for themselves. It's in the quiet dedication, the resilience in the face of challenges, and the unwavering commitment to your goals that you build a success that is lasting and impactful. When you focus on excellence rather than recognition, you create a foundation that cannot be shaken, a reputation that is built on substance, not noise. Your journey, your growth, and your achievements will speak louder than any words ever could. So let your success rise from the integrity of your actions and the consistency of your efforts. Let it shine through the impact you have, the lives you change, and the legacy you leave behind. In a world that often seeks instant gratification, the most powerful message you can send is that true success is earned, not declared. Stay focused, stay committed, and above all, let your success speak for itself.